All right, people, it appears that the verdict was made. The common comment in the comment section was he should still have to pay that 1,000 for not losing that 15 pounds. So with that being the case, we're going to hold him accountable. He's got to Zell me that $1,000, and now he's got to do everything in his power to make sure that he continues to drop said weight towards what his goal is, but also build strength, because ultimately it's chasing that consistency. But he chased a number and he did not quite get that number. So it's only right that you hold yourself accountable. It's time to send that money. There you go. Just slide that over to send. Let's just slide that over to send. Yes, indeed.
Greetings, viewer. It's been approximately 3 months since the last episode of the chiseling of the Unchiseled Adonis, and things have not stopped for our blubbery friend on his journey to weight loss. No matter where the location may be, we made sure that the Unchiseled Adonis was taking care of business and remaining consistent. We flew down to Houston for a collaboration with In the Clutch ENT, and despite staying in a hotel, the Unchiseled Adonis made sure he got his workouts in. In the past, he'd used relocation as an excuse to not work out, but not this time. Furthermore, for the second half of the year, I completely took my foot off the gas as it pertains to instructing him what exercises to do. So everything the Unchiseled Adonis was doing moving forward was based off his own research and the input of his constituents. Then we would return back home, and for the remaining months of the summer, the Unchiseled Adonis would go to work in the basement on his own volition. But unfortunately, he wasn't as consistent as he was in the past, and adversity continued to strike, thus resulting in yet again the Unchiseled Adonis taking a step back in his progress. As the summer was coming to a close, workout sessions per week would decline from 4 down to 3, sometimes 2, and then even 1. And that would beg the question, just what was the Unchiseled Adonis going through?
We are 7 months in since I left my job. 7 months in since I really started this journey and doing workouts and being on my own. 7 months in. I can say that it hasn't been easy. Things have gotten easier to do, but staying consistent hasn't been easy. I am literally a living testament of trying to grind and get things together and push through, because my starting weight was 411, and I started at that weight. I had a leg ulcer that I was dealing with, a venous ulcer that I was dealing. It's called, venous ulcer that I was dealing with on my leg for 2 years straight. And back pain, everything. But this is all caused based off of my weight and me not taking care of me. Subconsciously, I can say, I thought about death for a while. I really stared the Grim Reaper in the face, and at the time, I was at peace with it. Like, I felt like I didn't have nothing else to live for. I've dealt with so much heartbreak and lies and betrayal and pain, and coming from friends and family alike. People that I really put up in a different type of pedestal, where I thought I had a higher position in their life. And that was my fault for believing that. But all in all, like, I know I have a lot more to go, and I have goals in mind that I want to complete. So I gotta push. And I've always been saying that, I gotta push. But I really am reflecting now, and I have to actually do this. Like, I am going to do this. There's no I can or I can't. I'm going to do this because I want to do it. And I need to do it. Especially if I want to see what, I want to have and do in the next 10, 15 years. I want to be able to do the stuff. and leave no regrets. I fought, I pushed, and I succeeded. I hit a roadblock. I haven't been doing what I was supposed to be doing. I've hit a roadblock, and I'm keeping myself accountable. I know that I set a goal in mind, and I'm going to commit to that. It's been a minute. It's been over about 2 months now. I've literally lost 2 pounds.
So here we are entering the final quarter of the year. We are now down to 348 and a half. The total amount of weight on the year is how much?
63.
63 and a half. Well, granted, down to 63 and a half. However, from the start of the summer at 352 down to 348 and a half, you went from over about 59 pounds up until the beginning of the summer, and now you are only down 4 pounds. Why is that?
I got hurt in the beginning of the summer, so I slowed up my workouts, having to rebuild, and not being consistent.
Why haven't you been consistent?
1, body wasn't feeling up to it, and 2, I wasn't creating time for it. No problem being transparent about it, and I was taking a lot of other gigs to pick up to build on the outside, but health is supposed to come first.
And now a word from our sponsors.
Wait a minute! With holiday season steadily approaching, there is one item, one product, one gift that you need to have on your wish list because it delivers every single time, and that's the Manscaped Performance Package 5.0 Ultra.
With the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, they've taken grooming precision to a whole new level with their next-gen dual-safe blade heads, now accompanied by upgraded trimmer blades and interchangeable foil blades for enhanced performance. The upgraded trimmer blade features longer, wider, rounded teeth that cut through hair with ease.
Manscaped has delivered every single time. Why would it be different now? That's like watching Michael Jordan in the clutch and expecting him to come up short. That's foolish!
And let's not forget the best part, it's still waterproof. I've had every version of the Manscaped trimmers, and by far, this is the best one yet.
So what are you waiting for? Get yourself or a loved one the best gift on the market by clicking the link in my description and going to manscaped.com/chisel. Get 20% off plus free shipping and 2 free gifts. That's manscaped.com/chisel. 20% off plus free shipping and 2 free gifts only at manscaped.com. Your balls will thank you.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
You heard that right. Despite all the progress in the first half of the year, it appears that we've arrived at the same pitfalls and roadblocks that have hindered the Unchiseled Adonis in years prior. Lack of focus, motivation, dedication, and consistency has once again stunted his growth. But above all else, it's the lack of discipline that is on the marquee here. Because like I stated from the very beginning of the entire series, this is less to do with weight loss, not even much to do with muscle gain. It's about instilling discipline in the day-to-day, the delayed gratification, the constant grind, chasing after a goal. Because through discipline, you'll find results. The goal is never to achieve results fast. It's simply to achieve results. Nevertheless, the Unchiseled Adonis would continue his exercises through August, September, and October. And when the weather was fair outside, he even would go to the park, despite the fact that we're no longer doing the fit test, given that he injured himself prior to the summer. He did enlist some help to aid him in mobility in the outdoors. Through community, the process becomes easier, because knowing that you're not alone and there are countless individuals who are in your corner can definitely galvanize you to want to perform at an incredibly high level. Even though it didn't reflect on the scale, that doesn't mean that the work stops, because life is a roller coaster. You have your peaks and valleys. You have your highs and lows. There are moments in which you reach roadblocks, but how do you respond when you make contact with those roadblocks? Do you lay down and quit? Do you give up on your goals? Do you turn your back on your word? Absolutely not. You rise like a phoenix and overcome the adversity that has since come before you.
I had to start using the bucket. Floor was getting crazy. too late because the floor over here is crazy. You worked out today. Y'all hear that? You worked out today. It's a good feeling when you get to see this.
As October was coming to a close, we would head into the final weigh-in before the holiday season. The final verdict was in, and his current weight is 346 and a half, nearly 65 pounds down.
My knee is a lot better. My left knee is a lot better. My right knee, I'm not having no issues. My venous ulcer that I was dealing with has officially closed. So that's been helping out. Like, that's a major thing that I was battling for 2 years.
November, December remaining. What are you going to do in the final 3 months to close out the year strong? Because this is essentially a 12-month program, but it's not really like I'm running a program. This is all on him. You know, we put him in a situation where he now has the freedom to go and prioritize health. So you got to make sure that you finish out the year strong. So it's on him waking up in the morning, him motivating himself. I'm not sending any text messages, calls, coming upstairs to go tell him, hey, you know, I'll hop downstairs, go work out, whatever the case is. So it's solely on him to go and make this change happen. Because at the end of the day, I can want it for him, but he's got to want it for himself. You know what I mean? So granted, we're now entering the final quarter. It's all on you. This is on you, all right? Because remember, you told yourself, bottom line basis of what you were going to lose, at least 100 pounds, right? Of course, we had different numbers. Of course, we had different numbers to start the year, right? So unless this man goes into some super freaking Dragon Ball Z mode, this out of the question. That right there, he got to hope he's David Goggins. My biggest fear is a situation where the end of the year comes. You're now in a situation where you're back on your own, and then you balloon back up to the 400 plus pounds. And then at this point, you're going to be at a point in your life where you're not going to be able to sustain that for a very long time. And now what? You on the shelf. And now you're in a dire situation. I ain't gonna send you no text messages. I ain't gonna send you no phone calls. I ain't fixing to come tap you on the shoulder. You got to make sure you prioritize that and stay on top of your health. All right? Because although we made an agreement at the beginning of the year, you made a commitment to the commitment to consistency. All right? So under no circumstances should you put yourself in a position to where you don't deliver on it. All right? That. All I'm here is to hold you accountable, right? Because if I didn't give a shit, I wouldn't be here. So one way or another, we're here and gonna hold him accountable. As you can see, I'm not one of those people who say what I gotta say behind closed doors. I say it in your face. I say what has to be said, right? So you gotta bounce back. Okay, this here was a down, so make sure you stay on top of things. But next month or 2 months from now, we're gonna be in a much better spot, aren't we?
We should be.
All right then. So we shall see you. Should be. We will be. How we should be.
We will be.
All right then. I have a little bit of confidence about what it is.
I told you, I'm moving patiently.
Hey, listen. I'm just saying.
Patiently.
Should leave the wiggle room of. You got to say you will.
No,
you got to start.
I'm not.
You got to start claiming things. You
I
can't
am not.
You got to start claiming.
I
things.
will be in a better
There you
place.
go. No, say it with a little bit of confidence.
I just said it with a bit of confidence.
Say it with your chest. Say I will be there. Say I will be there.
I will be there.
Put some volume behind it.
I will be there.
Say it again.
I'm not gonna yell.
Say it again. You ain't gotta yell. I'm just saying you gotta say it the way you believe it.
I definitely believe it.
All right, there it is.
Look, I will be there. You can see it in my. Listen, I will be there. You hear me? You happy now? Are you okay?
See, that's better.
I will be there. Okay, I will be there.
That's better.
All right.
I want that self-belief. All right, gotta bring out that doggone lion. You understand what I'm saying? One way or another, we're gonna commit to the commitment of consistency. We'll see you next episode.
You mean to tell me you watched the entire video but you haven't subscribed? Hit the subscribe button and become a member on Patreon or on YouTube to get access to the Discord. We're waiting for you in the Shadow Realm.
Just do it! Make your dreams come true!
Please! Please!
What are you waiting for, huh? Oh my god.